Being a Liberty County Board of Commissioners order, running just a few minutes behind. We'll make up for that, commissioners, for that. Mr. Mosley, has the meeting been properly advertised?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I see evidence there. Will you be so kind as to please come and lead us in our prayer and our pledge of allegiance?
Yes, sir.
Stand, please.
Let us pray. Gracious and kind Father, we thank you for all that you do for us on a daily basis. We're so mindful that you have blessed us to be an awesome nation. We pray right now, Father, that you give this deliberative body wisdom and understanding knowledge as they transact the business of the community. And Father God, before we go any further, we still want to pray for one of our own. Father God, we ask that you would heal and touch our Commissioner Walden. Father God, be with him and strengthen him right now. And we bless you. For us in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, everyone. I did speak with Eddie today. He's in the hospital, but he has a scheduled appointment in Savannah, back at Piedmont. Not Savannah, in Atlanta at Piedmont. So that's scheduled for Monday, and he should be home by the middle of the week, Wednesday, no later than Thursday. And still recuperating, but he's planning on coming back pretty soon. But he would have had the he's in the local hospital in Savannah, but he would have been going to Piedmont anyhow, so they're just going to take him up there this weekend and have his procedure, and then he'll hopefully be home by the middle of the week.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
In good spirits.
That's good. Those of you who are in touch, let them know that we're still praying for him. Thank you. Okay. All righty. We want to make one of, where's my county attorney? He's okay. He has to leave early. He's asked to do item 5A. But let's go ahead and start with our Magistrate Court annual presentation by Judge Michael McGirt. Good to see you, Judge McGirt.
Good to see you all. Good
Stay on the sports side, welcome to our house.
Happy to be here. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Commissioners, Chairman. So just to give an overview, a helicopter view of what 2025 in Magistrate Court looked like. So very busy year. However, we've handled everything gracefully and most effectively as we could. So just a quick overview. 2025 civil cases. Now, as I speak civil cases, these are just cases where individuals may file suit for to recover money against another individual or by a company against an individual. We had a total of 2,382 of those cases filed in 2025. As far as dispossessories, which is eviction, so a landlord or a homeowner wanting to evict someone, in 2025 we had 1,476 evictions last year. Going into abandoned motor vehicles, that is vehicles that's disregarded. The tow company is needing to rid the car. They may have had it for an extended period of time and they're needing to get rid of it. We had a total of 186 of those filings. Foreclosures, which would be a filing where an individual may have property, a contract for property, defaulted on that contract, and kept the property. So instead of them possibly pursuing criminal matters, they may try to file civil suit to go and foreclose on that property and take it back. We had 199 of those filings. And then a garnishment, we had 154 total garnishment filings in 2025. So that's a general scope of the civil filings. Now that the total number of filings that we had, concluding all of those, was 4,396 total filings in 2025. As we go into more so of some of the criminal side, which I took the numbers to some of the information that could be public information that anyone could do a records request to pull. It's the numbers that I'm providing here with some of those filings. So warrant applications, these are applications that can be filed by citizens against another citizen. We had a total of 211 warrant application filings, 37 good behavior bonds, and 115 county ordinance offenses that were filed. Now, the county ordinance offenses, those are rapidly increasing as to where we were in 23 to 24 to 25. So that's the total number of filings that we had in 2025. So a very busy year overall as far as the filing. So our job was tasked with effectively processing those cases as quickly as can, from filing to disposing of them, of making a decision and getting them heard and closed out. So in total, we had, I would say, a rough number. We're currently in the process of the case count, of finalizing that to turn that into our organization for that. We had a total of 2,650 cases disposed of, and that's a total number over all the filings of that 4,000 total number. So with that, give or take cases that were ready and were ready to be heard, we disposed of 2,650 of those. So far here in 2026, 2 months in, and we're at 338 civil filings. 263 of those are dispossessories. And I don't have a solid number on our criminal filings just yet, but that's the work that we've been doing in 2025 so far in Magistrate Court. We've had a few personnel changes. Ms. Wanda, she has gracefully retired after 23 years, I think, with the county, with Magistrate Court. And with that, we've also welcomed our new full-time magistrate judge, Ms. Miranda Cole. So good things happening in Magistrate Court. A lot. Case counts are steadily growing. So I look to see and predict that I think we'll have more filings this year than we had last year, being that where we already are, already going into 300 dispossessory filings, and we're 49 days into the new year. So, gonna be another busy year. Any questions? or
What
anything?
piqued my interest, Commissioner, when he talked about the increase in the ordinance cases.
Yes.
So is that, I'm just wondering, is that because our staff is more comfortable now bringing those to you, or just, is it the growth factor? Are you able to do any kind of tracking of what's caused that increase?
Yes, I think it's a combination of all of it.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of the turnover, of being able to, again, effectively hear the cases, make a decision, and get effective results. I think that is one of the biggest things that I've been trying to do. Hear the case, take the evidence as it is, and make the fairest and correct decision possible as quickly as possible. But I think it's a combination of just the growth of the county as a whole. I think word is out. I think more people are becoming aware of how the process of county ordinance works and the complaints being filed. So it's not necessarily the effect of the county doing anything, because again, our county ordinances are all generated by a complaint. They're not proactive code enforcement riding around. It's once a complaint is filed, if code enforcement deems it to be a violation, then it comes to our court. So I think the people are becoming more aware of that process, and they're calling and making the complaints, and they're being verified.
Yes, Judge. Now, you said dispossessory. What was that word?
Dispossessories,
Yeah,
it's
what's
the
that?
evictions.
Eviction.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned county ordinance violations. Now, do they result in fines, or just you tell them that they need to go over there and straighten up something? I mean, do they get fined if they violate the county ordinances?
Yes, they can be fined, but I take it to the approach of giving them the opportunity to come into compliance. But whatever the case evolves into from that initial hearing is more so of the courts just being reactive to what is being presented to us. But it can result into a fine, or with county ordinance cases, it is a possibility of jail time, which is by statute, by Georgia law.
But you let's say someone complained, comes before you with a complaint of having a junk car in the front yard, or whatever that ordinance may be. You'll tell them that they got so many days to move it, and then if they don't, you give them like another warning or something like that, or?
So more so, all of the violations, they'll have a 30-day period before it even comes to our court to rectify the situation. And if it's not rectified, then it comes to our court. And at that point, we'll make our decision from there whether that results into a fine, or again, it is a reality and a possibility that one could be arrested and do jail time behind a county ordinance if it is deemed that there's just flat out defiance to meeting compliance with that ordinance. But in general, it can lead to, typically it leads with a fine. I'll start with the base fine, and then, again, it'll evolve from there based on what they are presenting back to the court.
Well, I'm gonna say this now, so you give them a fine and they don't pay it, do you take them to small claims court and they stand before you again?
No, the case,
I was just
no,
joking.
the case, the case doesn't close until we get compliance.
Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, Judge McGirt, I do appreciate you enforcing the ordinances in my district, one particular area where the property, it was mostly all rentals. And that person has really cleaned it up very well. I mean, there's still work to be done, but I appreciate your office,
Thank you, ma'am.
what you have done already. Continue to do the good work you're doing. and
Thank you, ma'am.
Enforcing the ordinance.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Judge,
You got it.
Sir.
Judge McGirt,
Yes, sir.
if I'd have known you was here today, I would have been on time. First time being late.
What about the rest of us?
Just want to say thank you for the help that you've done in the eastern part of Liberty County in certain areas. We still got some more places to go touch. And like I know it starts off with code enforcement and then works its way on to you, correct?
Yes, sir.
What about the word, I call it dumpster diving? Is that legal or illegal for somebody to do it?
That would be a legal question to ask, but if I am not mistaken, our county does have an ordinance against dumpster diving.
Okay.
So
So that would be a Kelly question, attorney
sir.
question?
yes, sir.
I'll get with him later.
If I'm not mistaken, I do think the county has a dumpster diving ordinance.
Okay. Because
sir.
sometimes we go to the dumpster and you can't get in because there's 2 or 3 trucks there. They're down in the dumpster taking stuff out. And I don't know where they take it, but yeah,
Yes, sir.
okay. But
Rat metal.
And we have proper signage that says no,
no scavengers.
Yes, sir.
it's just a matter of enforcement, then it seems.
That's right.
Right. So that goes back to another issue.
Also illegal dumping from other counties. There's signs up for that, but it happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Any
Some more cases coming your way.
Thank you.
any other questions?
No, sir.
Did you get, you raised a question, and I think I kind of copied Kelly on that, there's one particular case you had where you needed another tool to use. And I know I advised you to check around with your colleagues to see what they were doing, because you said, if I may quote you, that this person was saying they don't have the money to pay the fine,
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a situation where, again, is not wanting to unjustly punish anyone, and I'm not going to hold it against someone if they were not just financially able to pay a fine of a ruling of my decision. So not wanting to hold that against him for something that he's flat out not able to do, I wanted to seek an option for community service to where maybe at that point of foregoing the fine amount and maybe just doing some community service as the rectifying for a situation that he just was not in the financial position to be able to pay. So with that situation, that is a current work in progress to add that to another tool to our toolbox as the court to have a system and a organization in place to be able to work with another organization to provide a community services as another tool or option for someone that may be indignant and can't pay your fine or not suited to go to jail, to be incarcerated or in custody. So the option of enforcing community service would be another great option that I would think would have.
Well, our attorney will help us get there with whatever ordinance we're going to attach that to, or this is something that we have now that just may need to be amended, Mr. Davis, but we'll work on that with you. You got to give you what you need to get your job, 'cause we appreciate what you're doing, so.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and we
Yes,
know
sir.
there'll be
Greatly
extenuating
appreciate it.
circumstances, so. Will you need the detail to the degree of what agency would accept people for or you can
That-
assign,
that
you can
would-
assign me today to community service?
Correct. That would be good to
Okay.
know what
Okay.
agents
Okay.
agencies may want to partnership and help out with that. That
Okay.
would be good.
All right.
Yes, sir.
We'll work on it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you for coming. All right. Mr. Samantha, if you don't mind, let me work in Attorney Davis so he could make his next engagement. He's gonna, for commissioners, speak to item 5A.
Yes, sir. I regret Commissioner Frazier's not here, but, you know, Commissioner Frazier's been interested in exploring ways in which the county can incentivize and support retail businesses in the corporate areas of the county. And there've been a number of proposals, I think, that have been discussed, but he has decided to partner with the local development authority, and he's in conversations with the director of the Development Authority to identify existing programs or perhaps expand programs that could be used to accomplish his goals. So I think he anticipates reporting back to the board sometime in the near future after he's had conversations with the director of the Development Authority. But that's about all I can report as of now.
All we need to hear, sir.
Okay?
And you'll work with Judge McGirt on the other.
I'll be happy
ones
to.
we-
Anything I can do to help, and probably
And
would need to amend the local ordinances.
Okay, all right. And Commissioner Stevens, your, the dump, I'm sure it's not called dumpster diving, or whatever it's called, that ordinance that speaks to that. Scavenging?
Scavenger, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So our thought process is that we have what we need on the books, we're just not enforcing it, or we need to educate our monitoring folk to
Not being enforced.
enforce, okay. All right. Well, that's on our side, Mr. Moses, that's in your court then, okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, folks.
May be excused. Good evening. Finance.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners.
Good evening.
The first item for finance on the agenda this evening is to amend a final budget amendment for the 2025 fiscal year. Last month, our auditors came to present the audit for that year, and we are required by state law and allowed by state law to finalize our finalize our budget in they call it the 13th month of the period of the year. And so now that the audit is behind us and we have solid numbers, I would just request that you all approve a resolution for the general fund. So there'll be two, general fund and for the special revenue funds, to reflect the results from our FY25 audit. And so in your packet of, I believe there are the two resolutions, and then each of those have an exhibit behind it. So the first one will be for the general fund, and it includes the pages directly from our ACFR, our financial report. And it just shows the budget to actual, or it shows the original budget, final budget, and then actual for the year. So I'm proposing that you all adopt the final budget for the year.
So,
And we do this every year. And I know we're working on 2027 right now, but we just got to make sure we're in compliance for 2025.
Mr. Chairman, maybe there was a different form of approving, that I don't remember approving. So you said the original, the final?
Yes,
And the variance for the final?
Yeah,
That's
just-
what we'd be approving?
it's just the final budget, the final column. So if you are looking at that general fund,
What is the bottom line? The second page on the first one?
yes, ma'am.
The
Let me just flip
exhibit,
through.
8 million
Yes.
more?
No, that is our revenue over expenditures. That's the net. This is in a different format, yes, ma'am, and I apologize for that. It's just I thought was, the cleanest and quickest way to get the information to you all. Under the second exhibit, there's 16 separate funds that need to be adopted, and it kind of consolidates it all in our financial statements. But for the general fund, no, ma'am, it doesn't mean an increase of that for the total budget.
Fund balance, end of year.
Yes, ma'am.
So that means we were to the good
Yes,
in
yes.
the fund, in the fund balance.
Fund balance, revenue, total revenues minus expenditures was a positive 8
Okay,
million.
was a
Yes, ma'am.
positive. Okay.
Correct.
All right.
But the actual budget itself for general fund was 62.2 million originally, and I'm looking at the revenue total. And then the final budget, 62.6 million. So it's just a slight increase, but we are required to adopt the final just to be in compliance.
And
So it's not
that's-
much difference at all.
That's the general fund, you said, and the other fund has, how many?
Oh, yeah, 16 separate funds. So the state requires us to,
Itemize them?
yes, all of the
That'll
special revenue funds. We don't have to, by law, do the capital project funds, but we do, as well as our enterprise funds, but we're not required by the state to do those. Only the special revenue funds and the general fund.
Okay.
But
We need
yes,
to do
Separate?
separate.
Separate, please. Yes.
approval. So I'd make a motion, we approve the first final budget amendment to the general fund.
There's a second to that motion.
Second.
Motion second, we approve it. And that's to the good, $8 million.
Yes, sir.
For that fund balance. Okay, all right. Any further discussion? All in favor, show of hands, please. All right. The first one is approved. Thank you, Commissioner Thrift. Now, the busy one,
Yes.
Exhibit B.
Exhibit B, and many of these actually didn't even change from the original as proposed. They were the same, but I've included those anyways, just for reference. But the ones that did increase or decrease did officially need to be adopted. But yes, there are 16 special revenue funds presented in their budget form in Exhibit B.
Can you very quickly point out those that did increase?
Ooh, I know ARPA was one of them. And as we spend down that remaining those remaining funds, just it varies by year based on the projects that we were able to expend the money for. 911 usually has a change, so I know that one changed. Multiple grants funds, that's another one that kind of varies each year. Let's see. The jail fund, or the commissary fund, which was very, very slight. Let's see, no, that one, 250, no, that one actually stayed the same. My apologies. I think all of the little ones except,
How about the Record Service Center?
the records, let's see, opioid. Opioid actually did change too. Records, I haven't get to that one yet. Let's see.
I don't see anything that's glaring here, but I'm just kind of coming through in here.
They're usually excellent with their budget, and staying within, and no, I don't see an increase for theirs. But the last one I think was,
That one's good.
let's see, I apologize. Yeah, the opioid, hopefully we'll be ending this and closing the fund unless more money is attributed. But so this one just varied because of the amount that we received within the fiscal year versus the previous fiscal year. But there was, since we didn't expend any money this year, that anything collected is deferred to the next period.
And which one was that on what page?
The opioid, it has a page number of 96 at the bottom in those 16. But that budget was approved at, that budget is recommended to be approved at $55,000. but it actually didn't have any current revenue or expenditures. But in FY '26, we sure will, if those are expended by the,
It's the one that
June
sticks
date.
out the most, Ms. Richardson, is that, those grants. I guess you got them all compiled in one.
our multiple grant fund
Oh,
has a lot of the grants, yes, ma'am.
yes, but it's, that one there's in the red. So do you think, is there one that's, okay, you got them up here. The current
Well,
expense,
Part of that is that money we're waiting for from FEMA that we can't
Oh,
quite
the
call
public
revenue
works?
yet.
Right here, I
um,
see now.
yeah.
Public Works? Is that
Yes,
coming up
ma'am, yes,
there?
ma'am. So we had the expenditures paid
Okay.
out, and, but we can't call that revenue yet because we haven't gotten all of the money from FEMA.
We got most
Okay.
of it.
So it will turn around, it will equal zero at the end,
Okay.
but yes, ma'am.
Okay. I got-
Let's say the check is in the mail.
Yeah, always. Okay, got it.
Think we good, Commissioners?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Chair, entertain a motion.
I make a motion for approval of the amendment.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Motion second, we approve the special revenue side, Exhibit B. All right. Yeah.
Okay, yes, sir,
Thank you for
perfect.
walking us through that. Any further discussion? All in favor, show of hands, please. All right, motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Richardson.
The next item is the December 2025 financial report. And starting with the general fund, through December, we have collected 26% of our budgeted revenues and have spent 46% of our total expenditures. This does drastically start to turn around in January and then continuing on to February when we start getting some large property tax dollars from the tax commissioner's office. But this is probably our leanest month, December, and we have 2.8 months of operating expenditures in our fund balance. This time last year, it was 2.0 months. So we are slightly ahead of last year. Essentially means we're more cash flush in our leanest time, which is very positive. Looking at the departmental expenditure categories, there are only a few that are showing ahead of schedule or over budget through December. One of them being elections. However, this doesn't capture the billings we just did to the two cities that had elections. And so the amount we billed in total to those municipalities offsets the entire amount of the overage. So
good.
we're right side up currently. Tax commissioner, I think we've mentioned this before, but this increase was just a one-time payment for a retirement contribution required for a previous long-term employee who left the county. Judicial administration, the court reporters, and this just varies by court calendars and the timing of the payments and when those court reporters get the information signed by the judge into finance to pay. But currently through December, it looks like we are ahead of schedule. But we'll continue to monitor that one and make sure the budget is appropriate for that. The last one is the Superior Court, which this one's showing over budget for payments made on behalf of the law library that are at the beginning of the fiscal year. So this one's going to show over budget for most of the year, actually, just by its nature. Then everything else is operating within its budget currently. And if we turn the page to solid waste, we currently have a small net loss. Expenditures do exceed our revenues of about $150,000. This also starts to turn around when we collect on some of those property assessments or those solid waste assessments. And we've collected.
I'm reminded.
Sir?
I'm reminded we were going to try to have someone to keep an eye on that so that people don't opt out of paying the solid waste portion. I don't remember who the gatekeeper was, but somebody was going to be the gatekeeper.
We met as a team back in June, and we were kind of waiting to the tax commissioner. I did share with him that I wanted to have a follow-up meeting so we can move forward.
All right.
So far through December, solid waste has collected approximately 34% of total revenues for the year, and expenditures are right around 37.7%. There are currently no individual departments for solid waste showing over budget for this month. And we don't really anticipate anything, but you never know what arises during the fiscal year. Also flipping the page to the special revenue funds, there are currently no special revenue funds showing over budget through December as well. So that's a good thing as well. Now for the sales tax reports, T-SPLOS. T-SPLOS, as we are aware, has ended. This T-SPLOS number 1, I'll call it. But a little bit of money did trickle in for December, about $13,000. And total collected for T-SPLOS since inception, $59.8 million. And we have spent to date $34.6 million. And last but not least is our sales tax 7. December was certainly a good month of collections. We have collected $1,195,000 for the month of December. We have spent $23.4 million on our sales tax 7 projects. And we've collected a total of $36.6 million. And that concludes December, unless you have any questions.
The 13,000, that'll be just evenly distributed, or is there?
For the commissioner's road money? Or, I'm sorry.
I wasn't sure where it lands. It's got to land somewhere. So,
That's how we had it proposed, unless you guys want to change it, I believe.
no,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not opposed. I just wanted to, okay.
A good place for it.
And I guess I want to ask, stay right there. Laura, will you mind coming to the podium? Help me out. Going back just a little bit, Samantha.
Sure.
When you talked about employees retiring and the payouts, some companies have strict policies on that, and well, I guess there's a variation of policy. But what is Liberty County's, and is it the same for us as it for constitutional officers, or does it vary? How does that work?
So leave payouts are capped under the Board of Commissioners departments and our board-governed departments. Elected officials sometimes differ in their leave payout cap.
What does that mean, sometimes different?
It depends on the elected official. So some of them, such as the sheriff's office, follow the state annual leave cap of 360 hours versus the county's annual leave cap of 240 hours.
Okay. And I knew there was someone in Justice Center not too very long ago. I knew that came to your desk.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. So what was the procedure followed for that constitutional officer? Are they following the counties or?
Which
They
department?
asked for extension, and that
Oh.
person has taken leave.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
but they abide by our cap.
they abide by our cap. So for the most part, everybody abides by our cap. But
Yes. And if they don't, they have to meet with us and let us know because of the year-end accountability, future liability that we have to report to the state. If everybody left tomorrow, what would our liability be for leave payout? And so we have to report those numbers at the end of the fiscal year. And so we need to know when there's differs.
Sounds like there need to be a little work tweaking somewhere.
I know we can only control what we can control over here. I understand that, how that works for all these years. But I do think that any responsible man, I'll just say manager, we want to ensure, one, you want your people to take off when they need to take off,
Right.
because after a while, they're gonna get burned out. So so why let them build up this big bank of hours after, and then work for us for 36 years, and then there's a big payout that has to be done because supposedly they could not take off, So however you communicate that message back,
Mr. Chairman, on that particular issue, these ladies could attest that I had that conversation with that constitutional officer with the plea to please allow her employees to take off so that they can rest and not be,
Burnt out.
Burn
I
out.
did express that. They were there as witnesses.
you can't make it a bank,
Correct.
And I'm not saying the employees are doing that, but it can't be a bank.
Right, I think it's more on the managers to manage that.
Yeah.
And we also don't want employees to lose time at the end of the
Certainly,
year.
I agree. I fully agree. We worked hard to get unfair pay, didn't we, Commissioner Gillett? So
Yes,
one-
but, Mr. Chairman, you say you wouldn't say it, but I'll say it for you. Yeah, and what that is, and, Mr. Moses said, about the burnout, that ain't happening either.
That's not what's going on.
No, it's not that much stress.
Yeah, but I know y'all having leadership classes. That should be one of the chapters. That somebody takes. All right,
I'll take that back.
thank you. All right. But Ms. Mosley, I know you meet with the departments, but let's take the liberty to send that message to the constitutional officers also. To please be more, you use the language that we need to have, but you may have already dealt with that somewhere else, Ms. Hunter, so whatever language we need to have so that they're on board with our practice. You don't want to put your county in any kind of financial jeopardy. I know one employee won't do it, but I just remember a large amount of hours some employees were holding, and supposedly they were not able to take off. That's just, that can't be something that's consistently done, year after year.
Right.
But, Mr. Chairman, I think Laura said that, the policies may vary for the constitutional officers and the county employees, but I think we can, we could look at a policy that can fix that. Let's say you have to take it, and that way it don't build up to some enormous number. Let's say you got someone that that they're gonna retire in a couple of years, and they just don't take off, and then it builds up. And like you say, it turns into a bank, a parachute kind of, and you get that at the end. But, I mean, it's a benefit to accrue leave and take it off. I don't think that it should be, that you just let it build up and then you get it all at once on your last day or something like that. But that's, if we don't have that policy, we could look at doing that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put that ball in the court. All right, and if I need to meet with them, I don't mind meeting with them, whatever it takes, to make
All
it
right,
happen.
we got your back.
All right. All right, thank you, Mr. Matthew. You stirred up something here today, okay? Mr. Long. While Trent's coming to another factor with that is fairness, you may be constitutional officer, but all employees are county employees, so over here, I'm kept to the standard, and over there, that's, no.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, good evening. First thing that's on the agenda for me is the Lewis Fraser Road Bridge. They are finished with that project now. And we've been out to inspect it. They did ask that we take it over for maintenance. Clinton Wells and I did look it over. We inspected it, walked all around it, looked at everything. Everything seems to be in good working order. And we are recommending that the Board of Commissioners formally take action to adopt or take the Lewis Fraser Road Bridge back over for maintenance.
I don't think he heard you.
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Our bench is here.
Yeah,
We're trying to assist our commission over here.
Oh, that works good. So, no, we just need a motion from the commissioners to resume maintenance of the Lewis Fraser Road Bridge.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Chairman, I make a motion that we accept the Lewis Fraser Bridge, Peacock Canal.
Second.
So DOT saying they're done.
Yeah,
DOT's done.
they did a.
There's a
good
warranty
job.
period on it, but we're good.
Yeah,
All right.
they did an excellent job.
Okay. We had a motion and a second. Did I hear, not hear?
Yes.
Both, okay. For the Lewis Fraser Bridge, that county now will maintain it. So just kind of go on our inventory and we'll do whatever bridge inspections that we do for all of our county bridges, okay? All right,
It'll fall back in just like it was before.
okay, all right. Any further discussion? All in favor, show your hands, please. All right, it belongs now back in the hands of the Liberty County Road Department.
Yes, sir. We will let them know that y'all accepted it tonight. I'll run through a couple things on the, my status report and then kind of answer any questions. State Patrol parking, we didn't identify any funds for that, so we're going to reject the bids and turn all the bonds loose on that, so everybody knows what's going on. Butter Blunt Road, we're making progress on the easements, so just a little bit more time there. Commissioner Blunt will try to take some action on what's remaining. Freeman Grove Road, Mr. Blunt, I probably do need to sit down and talk with you sometime next week. I did meet with the contractor. We're able to identify about $20,000 worth of savings on it that we might be able to do something a little different. So I want to talk to you about that. And then at the mid-month meeting or the regular meeting, I'd like to go ahead and make a recommendation for you. Baker Bills Road, this is a road that it's been on my status report for a little while. Eddie Walden had asked us to look at doing that roadway. And it's a short dirt road right there in the city of Flemington, right near City Hall. I did spoke, and the roadway is on one property owner's property, and I did speak to the property owner, and they're not interested in giving any or providing any right-of-way for that roadway. And then there's her house and then two other houses at the back, so there's not a lot of houses on it. So when Commissioner Walden gets back, we'll let him know, let him decide which way to go. But right now, she's not interested in the right-of-way, so that'll kind of effectively shut that project down.
Without the right-of-way, it would not meet county standards.
It doesn't meet county standards now, and it's just almost a one-lane dirt road that we grade down to a couple of houses. And it functions fine. It's not a problem. I think Commissioner Walden is just trying to prevent he's trying to get rid of the dirt roads where the motor graders got to come into town.
Is it excuse me, Mr. Chairman, is it it's a road the road belongs to the city of Flemington or to the county?
It's inside the city of Flemington. I did not look to see if it's on their intergovernmental agreement list, but I believe it is on their intergovernmental agreement list.
It should
Well, it would have to
So
be
we did
if-
grade it.
If the motor grader go down, but I was saying, I mean, who owns it?
We have prescriptive,
Where I
we
was
have,
headed with that, you got a commissioner that want to pave a county road, and someone that lives down there don't want it. That, that shouldn't stop it if it's ours.
right. So all we have on it is prescriptive easement.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, there's only a few people who live on that road, correct?
3 houses.
Three houses.
And I mean, all of them are related, correct? For the
No.
most part.
The two in the back are.
Right.
But Ms. Davis, who owns in the front, she's not.
And that's the one who's,
And it's all her property. So,
I agree with Commissioner Gillett.
so,
Yeah.
well, what we'll do is right now, that's kind of where we are. See which way Eddie wants to push with that. All right, Bacontown Road, they did get the asphalt down this week, and the temporary striping. It does ride much better.
A whole lot better.
It's a lot better. Took a lot of work to get it there. They've still got shoulders to fix. They'll be back working on shoulders again Monday next week. And then they've got to work on the tie-in to the road department driveway. They'll be bringing a different asphalt machine in to get that. I didn't want to run that big old asphalt machine back over to fresh asphalt to get back to those driveways when they put it down, so they didn't want to tear up anything we had done. I didn't want to go backwards. So, but they'll be back next week to do that as well. So hopefully they'll be getting that wrapped up.
Trent, try not to let them make the same mistake that they did on Bill Carter with the grassing.
Oh, yes, sir.
Please.
Yeah, they brought different dirt in this time. They didn't bring any really sandy dirt that didn't have very many nutrients in it. But yes, sir, I agree with you 100%. So I think they don't want to make that same mistake either.
No.
So if you haven't been to Jones Creek, it's looking great. We got some landscaping that's out for bid now. Hopefully that'll be going in pretty shortly, and we'll have some activity out there in April. Live Oak Drive improvements, and I know you want to try to meet. Lamisha told me you want to try to meet, so I'm just going to present some information tonight, and then hopefully we can make the decision and take action in the regular meeting, monthly meeting. As everybody's aware, there's a water line that needed to be moved. The city wanted to move the entire thing, but they didn't want to provide any funding for it. So they did tell us through Commissioner Gillard that they were not going to be contributing on this project. One of the things that I did go back and do was back off from going all the way to 196 with it and just replace the parts that I can, that I have to. And I used some of the city's engineers' ideas on the placement of it, and I'm able to get the project back down to within reason, within like less than $10,000, the same price as our regular contract price of the $2,428,000. So if we're able to find funding, or if you're able to get some contributions from other commissioners or other places, then we can let this project go forward. So, but yeah, I was able to scale back and use some of the ideas to try to get us back down to a more reasonable number instead of the big change order right up front.
Right.
So that being said, you know, we'll try to get together and we'll get it back on the agenda.
Appreciate it.
We talked about Lewis Fraser Road Bridge. And I think that's the main thing I wanted to talk about tonight. Anybody have any questions or projects you want me to go over?
Just about the fencing at the fire station is completed.
The fencing at the fire station? So behind Miller Park Fire Station?
I'll get back with you on that.
Okay. Did they not get that put in? Yeah, okay.
We got that covered, sir.
Okay. All right.
I didn't know.
All right.
Chairman, it's long.
Yes, sir.
When we had the meeting, I guess about a month ago, and the mayor of Allenhurst was here.
Yes.
And the project that I was going to support him on funding.
Yes, sir.
Is that
Yes, sir, it's on here. It's up front, St. John's
up front?
Road.
Okay. We just
Yep.
didn't- That was the 3 rows that
Yes, sir.
go
St.
to the
John,
city.
yeah, and we really call it St. John's Road area.
Okay.
Because there's several little things on
Where
there.
is it? It's on your report here?
Number 2 on the front page.
Number 2 on the front page. On the other front page.
The one that has title block with the letterhead on it.
St. John's Road Improvement, okay.
Yep.
Okay. So we,
Yeah, and we're moving forward with design, and they had to get their W-2 and their account reactivated with Georgia DOT. So that's almost all finished, and so hopefully we'll have their LBIG money, and so they'll feel better about going out and bid on that.
so that we're gonna move forward with that.
Yes, sir, we're moving forward on the design part. They're just,
Okay.
we're trying to help them get their money.
Is Samantha still here? She's gone?
He's gone.
Was she in that meeting? I can't remember, Mr. Chairman. Was she in that meeting? Because
no, she
I know
wasn't.
I committed a dollar amount. I didn't know if it's in that finance report.
Yes, sir, I wrote it down, but I don't have it with me, and I don't remember either. So, but
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
we remember we went back and we sent out a little email that kind of outlined who was contributing how much, so that we all had a documentation of what was being funded.
Yeah, he was gonna spend all of his and what he needed, I was gonna give him the rest of it.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Trent, even though it's, I kind of consider it a joint, I guess well, it is a state project, the Independence Parkway, i.e. bypass. When I'm in Hampo, they give minimal reports on the progress. Is there a way we can get someone to, DOT, would they come before this commissioner and give us a report on the progress of the bypass? Is that something that's in order, out of order, not done?
So, I regularly attend meetings with them.
Okay.
What I can start doing is I can get you a little update on it and kind of get somebody to come over and kind of make a report. They won't be able to come like every month, but they can
No.
try to come make it, give you a little bit of
While
information
you got the
on where it
podium, will
is.
you give us a little verbal then on?
I can.
Yeah.
I can. I know they're working on the bridge hard and heavy now, and the bridge is 1,500 feet long, so it's gonna take a long time for that bridge. So that's one of the longest lead lines. So they are working on that now, and it's going well. I know that they have been, moving the water lines and the utilities that are in the way, especially along Carter Road. They just ended up pressure testing, the water line relocation along Carter Road, last week. Then they are moving up, they have a couple other places, kind of on Griffin Road, I think they have to do some, water line relocation. There's a couple places they gotta do some relocation. They're moving to the next phases of the water line relocation. That's moving along well. But in general, they're making good progress and on schedule. But they still have another year and a half before they're even finished.
And what's the latest on the discussion about a traffic signal at the intersection of 84 and Independence with the Dryden's project that's?
Yes, sir. So there's a driveway that's coming that'll serve Dryden's project. If his project goes any further, there'll have to be a left turn lane, and kind of talking a little bit about a signal on it, trying to get it going. So, but, kind of get caught, who's paying for the signal? So, but yes, sir. That is being discussed.
But if it meets DOT's quote-unquote threshold?
It did not.
It did not, yeah.
It did not. It did not, and that was kind of part of the problem, is it did not meet the threshold. And when you did all the warrants, the department was saying that more people were turning right to follow the state route, and those don't count toward the signals, so, but yes, sir.
But as it's planned, or as it's going now, Mr. Dryden Road will, when the bypass is done, Mr. Dryden Road.
They will line up.
They will line up without a traffic signal at a major intersection.
Yes, sir. And his will be right now, will be a right in, right out. So, yes, sir.
Whose district is that?
I think it's Gilliard.
Where's
I think it's Commissioner Gilliard on 84,
Oh, 84.
Wait a minute.
Walterville?
Waltharville.
Oh,
At 84, at
Where the bypass is
It's
coming out
84, right there at 84 in the county line,
County line.
right in Reynolds paving.
On 84.
it's gonna be me.
I think that's you.
I think it is. I used to take in that district,
Yeah.
right there at the red
I
light,
think-
and this, just a half a mile.
Put it this way, Trent, I've got the gas station, I don't have Parker's. I've got the
Okay.
gas station across the street.
Okay?
all the
That
way
may be
down-
yours then.
all- I've got all the way down to Darcy Road. On that side.
You got all the way to Darcy Road?
Yeah.
Then it is yours.
Darcy Road?
The one that-
He'll give it to me until it's
The one
done.
that goes behind the jail.
Behind the,
And then
Goes behind the jail.
once I pay for it, he'll take it.
There you go, Commissioner Gill.
here's what I'm thinking. When Mr. Dryden does his total build out, will it still not qualify, you think?
It may, so what happens with that is, that's a little bit in the future. And yes, sir, if they've got to go do more, let me back up. The Long County zoning ordinance right now is stopping the development on the build out on that one. So he has another phase that's coming. So he'll have 150 lots that are in there that has another primary entrance and exit off of Hardman Road. So, right now, it probably won't meet the warrants still. But once we get to the bigger number of units, then yes, sir, it probably will.
So this is not planning for the future, this is planning afterward.
Well, you know, that's also a difficult scenario, because we ran into the same scenario when we were dealing with the Department of Transportation. This subdivision was on the drawing board, and they would not consider it because it was not under development. So they wouldn't consider it. So kind of wrote it out. So they don't take a lot of consideration in for things that are planned. It's got to be here or under development.
Or something bad happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, so, and we'll move on. Are there not extra points for freight traffic that's coming to that intersection? Are there not, you're not just talking about
So-
cars, you're talking about?
Yeah, you're not just talking about cars, but you're talking about the traffic, the trucks that are turning.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes,
sir,
sir.
they're all part of that consideration. There's a formula they use for counting the trucks and the cars and the equivalencies, the number of turns, and yes, sir, we went through a long, drawn-out process with them, trying to get a red light there, and it didn't meet the warrants. So,
We may have to give it the same treatment that we did for the traffic light at Publix commissioners. It's one of those gotta have, must have, you know. Good thing we have T-spots we can use those kind of things for. But if, well, last question, but if the county puts in the traffic light, then we're done, DOT pays for the maintenance and everything, it becomes DOT's
yes.
equipment in the inventory?
Well, there's some things that I have to answer that question. I don't know 100%, but it will be under control of DOT as far as timing goes.
Yeah.
There are some maintenance responsibilities that we'll have as far as certain things, but let me get that straight to let you know that answer.
All right, because I can't envision right now having a,
Not with the freight line.
good
No,
Lord, how do
no.
you- yeah.
Big trucks turning in there, making that left turn.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
county purchased the one at Publix,
We
right?
did.
The
Yes.
DOT did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a shared
We shared it.
Shared with the city?
with the city.
Of Flemington?
It was shared with the developer.
Developer.
The developer paid
Oh.
some of it.
Some of, at
Yeah.
Publix?
Yeah, we did. And then some commissioners. for it.
Imagine if,
Yeah, I mean, I just,
Yeah, so, but yes, sir, we can look at doing some of that and see. I'll be glad to look into that for you.
please do, we need to talk about it.
Okay?
Mr. Chairman,
I'm sorry.
this may not be the right time, but I got a couple of calls, Trent, while you're standing there. Is there any action coming from Brian, Richmond Hill, concerning water dumping into the river that will affect the river coming through Liberty County? Are you aware of anything like that?
So ask me that question one more time.
There was supposed to have been a meeting in Bryan County,
Okay?
and they wanted to dump water from some development factory over there that they wanted into, and it would affect downstream. We're not talking, I don't think they're talking about the nickel.
Not the nickel?
Not the nickel plant?
No. Have you heard anything about that?
I have not been notified of any of those meetings. No,
That's all
sir.
I need to know. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sometimes I am, but I have not been notified of any meetings.
Okay,
And I haven't heard of any yet either.
okay,
So it's a lot of times I hear them
yeah,
kind of being around, but I haven't heard of any.
okay.
So, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
More to follow, I can tell.
Y'all have a good night.
Ms. Marty? Carter's on Carter Phase 2A final plat?
Yes. Good evening, Commissioners and Chairman.
Good evening.
good evening.
Just as a little aside, I was on my phone when you were talking about whose district Boundary Hall in. I think it looks like it's yours, Commissioner Stevens.
I know it's his.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure it's his.
So I'm here to present Cottages on Carter, Phase 2A, final plat and acceptance of dedications. This is, the developer is Walterville Properties LLC, which is a Dryden corporation. And it was designed by EMISAC Engineering. It is for 18 lots for single-family homes. The total of Cottages on Carter Phase 2 is 56 acres. And it is zoned standard zoning, which is R12, and it is located on Bill Carter and Lewis Fraser Roads in District 1. This is the overall holdings of Walterville, or was originally for the Walterville properties. There we go. If you can kind of see, it's a little dim, but there's Bill Carter Road, and then it turns into Lewis Fraser down here. This was Phase 1, which has been final platted completely. And then this is Phase 2, the limits of Phase 2. And this was the preliminary plat for Phase 2. You'll see everything that's colored there is part of Phase 2. The pink lots are the house lots. The green lot is that cemetery lot, and the blue is drainage and wetlands area behind there. So for Phase 2A final plat, we're talking about these 18 lots here that are outlined in blue. There are only 2 sheets to this final plat. These are the limits, again, that I showed you that were outlined in blue before. And then this is the signature page. It's pretty simple. The lot requirements for cottages is, in the R12 zoning, is a minimum lot size of 12,000 square feet, which is where the 12 comes from in the designation. Minimum lot width of 80 feet. However, this will be on septic systems, and the environmental health rules say that you have to have a minimum lot size of half an acre, and you need to have a minimum lot width at the drain field location of 100 feet. So you could still have that 80 feet along the road frontage, but then it would have to widen out to 100 feet for wherever that drain field is designed for. The dedications that go with this final plat are the extension of Stone Court, about 1/5 of a mile, and the water and stormwater improvements. These proposed dedications to the HOA will be forthcoming in subsequent final plats for the rest of cottages on Carter Phase 2. So the stormwater improvements are complete, and the installation of the remaining improvements are guaranteed by letters of credit in the following amounts for the primary improvements, which includes the paving, striping, signage, and fencing of $130,968. The secondary improvements letter of credit is $110,880, and that goes towards the sidewalks and trees. And then a letter of credit in the amount of $98,553.30 is in hand for maintenance of those improvements. Recommendation by the LCPC staff, since this no longer has to go to the Planning Commission anymore, is for cottages on Carter Phase 2A, approval of the final plat and acceptance of the dedications noted on the plat. We do have the owner and the engineer here, if you have any questions for them, and of course, any for me.
Marty, could you back up on some of your slides? Back on, about 5, go ahead. Right? This is the back side of it right here. That's where the second road is coming out at, or is that the second road right there?
No, so what you see here are existing, has been constructed as part of Phase 1. If I go back to this slide, you'll see there will be another road that does connect out onto Lewis Fraser, but that is not in this phase, because we're talking these 18 lots up in this area.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay. All right. Okay.
Marty, is it your office, or is it our guys downstairs that would alert the commission of anything is out of kilter for a development? Who would say this is not working per the plan? Who would be the person to come back and let the commission know something may be out of kilter? Is that the inspections that you all do, the inspections that our people do?
No, LCPC only does the final plat,
Yeah.
or the platting for subdivisions in the unincorporated area, sir.
So it's not
Yes.
you. So it's our guys has to be, okay. All right. Because I know we get the, some periodic reports from Trent on projects, but this kind of thing, we don't get reports on how that's going. I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. Commissioner Stevens? Thank you for helping that. Got it.
Guess you're one busy.
If you're good, so Chair, entertain a motion.
Chair, I make a motion that we accept the final plaque on Cottage of Carter.
Second.
Motion is second, we'll accept the final plat. And I have to say, I haven't been there lately, but when I ride through, it looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Very well done, so
Yeah.
we appreciate developers who do what they say they're gonna do and enhance what we have here in Liberty County, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, the larger lots are nice too, I think,
Yeah, they are nice.
personally.
And even Commissioner, I even watch the traffic, it's not bad.
No, it's not
That's
bad.
present, and they have the other, when the other part's done, there'll be another road out
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
to that, so. Sounds good. All in favor, show of hands, please. Okay,
All right, thank you.
thank you. CDL certification for incentive program, Ms. Laura.
Hello again.
Hello again.
So in your packet, I prepared a memo about what I'm going to talk to you about tonight. And also, I have a few slides up on the screen that match. But we're talking again tonight about the CDL incentive. This is an idea that was brought up last November, and we talked about it a few weeks ago in the workshop during the day. And so I'm back before you again with some of the numbers that you asked me to bring you on a cost analysis. What would it cost to implement a CDL incentive for our employees, and what would make the most sense and be the most cost effective? So we started talking about the CDL incentive as a way to, I have the clicker, to help prepare our employees for advancement, to incentivize those employees to go out and better themselves with training. It would help us recruit and retain qualified drivers by having them on our staff and paying them an incentive to do so. And then on the flip side, for the county, it could possibly give our managers more flexibility in the work environment. So if somebody's out over here, we can pull this employee and put them on that job if they were qualified to do so. So we looked at what positions require a CDL currently in the county. And as of January, there's only 2. Because we did remove the CDL requirement in the road department for heavy equipment operator and motor grader operator, because they aren't technically required. It was just something that a previous public works director put in place. So we have removed that. So the only 2 positions now are in solid waste, that would be the sanitation truck driver, and in the road department, that would be the truck driver CDL position. Both of which, of course, are in the Public Works Division under Mr. Wells, one in solid waste, one in the road department. So to me, it would make the most sense to offer an incentive to the road maintenance worker, which is the only other position in Public Works that doesn't require a CDL and would benefit them to have an incentive. And the county, because they're all under one division and under one director. On a side note, for Commissioner Stevens, I did speak with Chief Darby on the requirements for firefighters, because there were some conversations about employees in other departments that, what if we offered incentive to employees in, we have an accountant with a CDL license, but I don't know that we'll be pulling her to go drive a garbage truck, but firefighters are required to hold a Class E license in order to drive a fire truck. A Class E license is similar to a Class A CDL, but does not require an annual medical card, and prohibited, commercial use is prohibited. The training for a Class E is actually provided by the Fire Rescue Division during training, and they have to get it before their first year of them is up. So they're already kind of covered. And we have 11 road maintenance workers, so that's what I used as a basis for the cost analysis. So we talked about, okay, let's give all road maintenance workers $1 an hour. Just built in, right? They're on the ready. If they get their CDL, they're getting this incentive, whether or not they work in a CDL level job. That's one way you could do it. And I ran the cost for that. And as Commissioner Blunt said last time, they work 2,080 hours in a calendar year. That would be $2,080 per year per employee, times 11 would be $22,880 a year extra. If we do it another way, which would be a pay differential, so for the actual hours that road maintenance worker is performing the duties of the CDL driver, you could pay them the difference. And I spoke with Mr. Wells. He said that might happen once a month where they could possibly fill in. So multiplying that out, that would be around $337 a year. And for those 11 employees, that would go up to $3,700 a year if we wanted to do it that way. And that is what I have to present to you today. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I don't have any questions, but, I mean, as we all know, this was something that I brought up, you said last November? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, you know, maybe it's because I've been working in the private sector for the last 34 years, and that's what we do. I thought it would have been a good idea, but I know, you know, this is local government, and when government moves, it moves slow. And if it moves slow. And this here was something that I can't really snap my finger like that. That's how it's done in the private sector. This is a little different, and I had no idea that when I brought that idea up, that we would involve Dr. Condrey, or whatever his name is, and Carl Vinson, and Vince Dooley, and Herschel Walker, and everybody that goes to Athens.
Kirby Smart.
Just to, yeah, Kirby Smart, Richard LeCount, everybody that's ever been to Athens to a football game at the University of Georgia, employ them to try to incentivize a young man who's not going to the Army, not going to college, gets a job with Clinton them down at the road department, and he's coming in, he's cutting grass, picking up paper, maybe driving a tractor, running the weed or whatever, but he's gonna be there. He's local. He's gonna clear some land behind his granddaddy's house and put him a double wide back there, get married and raise a family, but he's gonna work for the county. And he doesn't have a CDL, but he's gonna be there for a while. And he get that CDL, and he's gonna be a valued employee to Clinton in the road department. That's what this was all about. I had no idea that that it couldn't have been done like the next morning, but and I guess, I mean, you got the numbers in there, but we talking about a young man, 19 years old, by the time he's 22 and worked there, Clinton like him, and he can help Clinton if he had that license, and James Henry, who has a CDL, is out, and they got a big project. This guy could fill in because he has a CDL and drive the dump truck or something. That was my thought, but that's based on me working in the private sector, which moves a lot faster than this. So I don't know where we're gonna go with this, and I know you said that maybe Clinton thinks it's a good idea, maybe you think it's a good idea, maybe all of us think it's a good idea, but I had no idea that we would still be talking about this. and had to involve the, a pay study, I guess. And that's what Dr. Condrey does, Joe? Yeah, all of that.
Well, that was a simple email. I prepared these numbers.
Right, but it's still,
So-
it's still being talked about where the boy that wanted it, if he'd have got it, and I don't know, we got 11 employees that, I guess, that don't have it.
Correct.
Yeah, and I could just throw this out. Out of that 11, this time next year, 11 of them still won't have it, but it's there if they want it. And in 10 years, maybe 2 of them would have it. I mean, you know, they're not gonna just run down to the DMV and start getting their license today or tomorrow, but it is an incentive if they wanted to do that. That's where I was headed with this.
Well, I would also like to point out to the board that in 2022, we implemented a living wage. And the road maintenance workers were one of the ones that fell below or right at that living wage. And so we have improved the starting salary for road maintenance workers. And I also feel like Mr. Wells has reduced the barrier for promotion by eliminating the need for a CDL for some of those higher paying jobs. And so if you're a road maintenance worker who's a proven employee, you can be promoted without the CDL.
To what position?
Heavy equipment operator and motor grader operator, which are quite a bit more per hour.
You could take this
And
same
Laura,
road maintenance worker,
what was the,
Ms. Stevens, hold on 1 second, please.
you take this same road maintenance worker operator, like Laura just said, with some training under Clinton or whoever might be running the department or helping this younger individual, could move up to motor grader operator, heavy equipment operator, that takes an incentive to want to learn the equipment and all. I don't know, if you looked at all 11 and they decided to run out there and get this, that's just a big dollar figure the county's got to occur.
Yeah, but the chance of that happening is like it's blank freezing over. That ain't gonna happen. And you know, and the private sector that I work in, heavy equipment operators, one of the requirements is a CDL. Now, you know, I know you can work out in the woods on the excavator and you don't need a CDL, but that's in that job description.
Required in my profession also for my equipment operators, because I never know, and the reason I do it is because I never know when I might, their motor grader breaks down or something, or it needs to come into the shop, we have to put it on the low boy. I need that person to go get the low boy and be able to go get that piece of
Yeah,
equipment.
well, and you kind of want the guy to be able to load up the equipment and haul it himself.
That's correct.
As opposed to going out there waiting on somebody to haul it for him because he doesn't have a CDL. Now, that's operations of a road department. But again, I mean, you know, we talking about if all of them did it tomorrow, which we know they won't, you know, $22,000 for that, for getting that CDL. But again, that was a thought I had, and I think it came to me because of one guy that did have it, and I think somebody left or quit or whatever, and he did get promoted. And so he's I guess a heavy equipment operator now.
He's a truck driver,
A truck
CDL.
driver, okay, a truck driver, yeah. But, you know, but he was there with the CDL in his pocket, and he was cutting grass or something. He was a street maintenance worker or something like that.
Took the only incentive to go get it.
Yeah, he went and got it. He went and got it, and he was rewarded for it.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Stevens, you trying to?
Laura, the 11 that you are counting now, that's minus the ones that already have CDL and heavy equipment operator?
Those 11 are the road maintenance workers or street maintenance workers slots that we have in the road department. And they may be filled right now or not. I think they may have 1 or 2 still waiting to be filled, maybe 1. But there are 11 slots for road maintenance worker.
I think, well, let's back up. I think there's 2 or 3 slots down there now that is filled, but those guys already have heavy equipment. They operate heavy equipment and have a CDL, so that's why I'm asking, those are not included in the 11.
No, they're not.
Okay. And you said it was your idea to rule out, you and Darby to rule out the fire department, correct?
Right, because it's a Class E license that they are required to get to operate a fire truck as a state-certified firefighter.
Okay. Now, is that for an engine or for a tanker?
Now, you're getting too technical for me there, Commissioner Stevens, I'm not sure.
Well, it's there. These things are out there, and it does have air brakes. And it does carry around 30,000 gallons of water. So, just asking.
Go back to your slide that had your recommendation.
I don't have a recommendation.
You just have,
I have two options
Options,
that
I'm sorry.
I feel make sense for this incentive. One is a permanent built-in incentive, and one is a pay differential for the hours they work in the CDL job.
that's what you were talking about, that.
Right, so if a person, let's say on option 2 here, goes on his own and gets a CDL license and everything, and he's maintenance worker, street maintenance, whatever you want to call him, and a guy is out, sick leave, vacation time, whatever, he would be eligible to move up to one of those truck driving positions, make that money while that person's out, whatever, and then when the
Yes.
person comes back, he would move back to where he was at, back to his original pay and everything. But in that time that he's operating in someone else's capacity, he wouldn't make the dollar more. He'd make the full salary of
Right.
the truck driver. Right. So then when the person comes back, he'd go back to his normal position and everything. But in this, he's getting training to where in the event one day you have the permanent opening, he could move up the truck driver. He's already got the experience that Clinton or whoever's running the show at the time, could be looking at him, molding, shaping him like he wants to. And that's just an incentive on your own to go get that, because you're going to be rewarded to move up in the real world versus, oh, I'm going to go get the CDL, but I'm going to sit here, I don't want to go no higher. There are people in the world like that because I have some that work for me out at Fort Stewart. They want certain incentives, but then when you get there and you want them to actually do the job, oh, I didn't sign up for that, well, we funded this for you, now you got to do it. Some have quit me because of that. They don't want to be held accountable.
Right, right.
So is that description he just gave, is that option 2?
That is option 2, and that could be something we build into our timekeeping system to where that worker would just transfer into the new job when they were working that job and then transfer out of the job.
But what I want to make clear is if the person, the street maintenance worker, gets a CDL on his own, and he gets that opportunity to work in the truck driving position for either one of the 2 you showed, he would actually move up to whatever tier level for that truck driver. That's what I want to make sure it's not just $1 for him. No, that wouldn't be fair.
No,
I want
it's
to go to the tier
about,
what the job title calls for.
it's about $4.
Yeah, so he would be awarded more. So that $4 is not really a reflection of that $337 a year, is it?
Well, it is, I was estimating 1 day a month for a year, so 96 hours at that $4.
Okay.
It could be more, it could be less, I was just using an estimate.
Yeah, I'd accept something was mentioned about timing, or, we're not talking about a whole lot of money here. So it wouldn't be anything to hurt.
Budget-wise?
Right. You want to work into the,
That's what I was going to suggest.
to this, we can get ready to do budget now. So.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead.
the pay differential, let's say somebody's out today and Clinton need someone to drive that truck. The guy would get it for that day, and then tomorrow when the other guy come back, he'd go back to his. And if the guy had a dentist appointment after lunch, and you fill in for him, you just do it for that.
You
for that
could.
time.
5 hours of work.
You could.
Okay, yeah, and let's keep on going with this. If he just had to take one from Midway to Walthamville, 20-minute ride.
Our timekeeping system tracks in 15-minute increments.
So he would get that for, wow. Yeah,
I mean, you could set, you could set that policy, you know.
I thought it was a good idea in November, but.
I don't think Richard just describes bad. I mean, for whatever time they work, you know, in that position, give
But
them.
they'd have to clock out, right, of the old position, clock in
We
with
had
the new
positions like
position.
kind of at Liberty Regional, something, you know, when you
Yeah,
changed.
yeah.
We clock out, we had 2 cars, we had 2 cars for which one you worked.
Thank you for your hard work, Laura, let's just leave it, let's just leave it. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication, let's just leave it.
Well, no, let's let them look at it for the budget, you know, when you work up your budget.
All right.
I think I have some there, Commissioner Gillum.
No, hey, I'm good, I don't have a CDL, I'm good, I'm not going down there.
I'm glad you don't.
I'm not going over there to drive the truck across the street and they pay me for 3 minutes. I'm good.
15.
Yeah. Hey, don't what, 15-minute increments, I'm just gonna, wow.
Yeah, we did that for shift work.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, let's just, don't worry about it, Joe, we good. Seriously, I'm about as serious about this as I've been about anything. We good. Thank you for your hard work and dedication, Laura. What's next? Adjourn? Oh, Judge,
Now,
administrative
Commissioner,
report. Huh?
think about it for a second there
No,
now.
I thought about it since November, but man, I'm telling you.
But for this person that actually does that and they go over to work, I mean, most people gonna work more than 15 minutes, you know that. So go ahead and give them, you know, their due pay for serving
what
that
they do.
capacity for whatever time they do.
So y'all want to look at it on the pay differential side,
But-
not, okay.
Where is the incentive to get to, and you know, you just don't go down there and take a test and walk out with your license. I mean, this is a big program. You got to go through a bunch of training and classes and everything, and
Right.
there's a cost associated with that for the person that does that.
$3,500.
Yeah.
Now, that was another thing. Who was actually going to pay for that?
Well, the guy that did it the other day, he did that on his
Yeah,
own.
he
because
did it on his
because
own,
He
yeah.
was looking to better himself.
Right.
So he did that.
He did it
But
on
he
his
could
own,
do
too.
that now, and then he get to do it, around Christmas when the guy's on vacation. If Clinton needs to drive a truck that day while the guy's on vacation, if not, park the truck. And he did all of that, and now he's got the license in his pocket, but he never get to drive a heavy-duty truck for the county because we just broke it down and took all of the glory out of the incentive program because he may or may not ever get to use it. But he did go through all that training to get it, but he may not ever operate as a CDL driver for Liberty County because somebody didn't have a dental appointment, or Clinton didn't have to move the truck down to Walthamville, or halfway to Walthamville, so get the 15 minutes, say, hey, stop him, because we don't want to go over budget. But I'm good.
Okay. Mr. Chair, members of the board, a couple things we'd like to report. Youth programs, our youth under the Youth Commissioner are preparing to go to Atlanta and meet with Representative Williams and other youth commissioners on next Wednesday. And also staff have met and developed the brochure for the 2026 Summer Youth Employment Program. Any youth who meet those criteria, they're encouraged to go to our website and go in and complete a application online. Second thing I'd like to let you know in terms of finances is we are all, the finance department sent out budget templates to all BOC staff as well as constitutional officers with a due date of Monday, March the 2nd. They also are putting together the CIP, and we'll be getting ready for the commissioner's planning workshop. City of Wrightsboro, Commissioner Stevens has sent us a check for the HVAC reimbursement. I think it was about $76,000. So that item is paid for. And they also are coordinating vehicles to be sold on Gov Deals. If y'all been by the Public Works shop, you'll see the vehicles are steady getting less and less. And so that area is being cleaned up. And the last thing I need for you guys to vote on is we have an agreement with Stifel, who's our bond underwriters, to do a financial analysis of our current debt and future debt. If you look in your paperwork, it's in there. This is basically to no cost to the county, and I would urge the board to adopt that agreement. But it's a simple agreement where they basically will go in and look at all our current debt and any future debt that we're looking at. And it is free to us.
Does that conclude
But
your
you need a
report,
motion
sir?
on that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I thought you might have some more. Okay.
No, sir, that's it.
While
Yes,
it's
sir,
still
do need a
free,
motion.
Mr. Chairman? Motion? I make a motion that we allow, what was the name now?
Stifel.
Stifel
Yes, sir.
to do a bond
Financial analysis.
financial analysis
Yes, sir.
for Liberty County at no cost.
is there a second to the motion?
Second.
And second, we secure the services of Stifel to do our financial analysis. We want to take a good look at where we are to help us determine where we're going, how
Yes,
we
sir.
get there, so.
That's at no cost.
That's
Yes,
at
sir.
no cost.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No cost.
All in favor?
No incentive. I voted yes on that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, kind sir.
All right.
Chairman?
Yes, sir.
No,
go
no,
ahead.
you don't have it.
Go ahead.
I hadn't authorized it to come to you yet. To everyone out here tonight, I will be having a town hall meeting on March the 5th at 6 o'clock at the St. James Community Center in Homestown. So, anyone who wants to come out and we can figure out what's going on, figure out which way we need to go. 6 p.m. Thank you, Ms. Monica.
Mostly, Mr. Chairman, you said the workshop is gonna be at the airport on the 16th and 17th.
Yes,
Half a day each,
day.
starting at 8, 9,
8:30, sir.
8:30, all right?
We'll start putting that together for you guys.
That's gonna be the day when the two big jets come in. You get a chance to watch them this year.
I see you thumbing through papers. Are you good, sir?
Yes, sir. We did.
Okay, all right. That's all for the good of the order. Chair, to the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in favor, show of hands. Did Monica get that? Y'all, you can just choose one.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. One thing I did forget, Mr. Mosley, we need to make sure that we are all of the commissioners on the issues of, I'm gonna call it abuse of the 911 system. You familiar with what
Willing
I'm
to get
talking?
down, sir?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Mr. Chair, what Commissioner
pardon.
Gee is.
Well, hold on a minute, then we
Hold
gotta
on.
be official
What
then.
Commissioner Stevens is talking about is we have.
Hold on,
a-
Mr. Mosley.
Oh.
Chair, to the motion to go back, because we adjourned, so.
Yeah,
to
I'm
go
sorry.
back into regular session for a quick announcement.
Yeah.
So move. Second?
Second.
All in favor? All right.
Chairman, Board of Commissioners, what Commissioner Stevens is talking about is we have a citizen that constantly calling the 911 to get services from us, from coming out to changing light bulbs to the whole, I mean, everything. And they're very concerned because what it does is it's constantly, it's all the time, all day, all the time. And they've reported her to DFACS. DFACS has tried to have interactions, will not engage with DFACS. She's a veteran. Veterans Affairs have tried to interact, will not engage with Veteran Affairs. The only thing that we feel like we're at the point, and staff's at the point, is if the sheriff would do something in terms of possibly an arrest or something, because right now it really is abusing the system.
And my understanding, she still drives.
So she's an able-bodied individual. She just constantly calling 911 for services.
Is it a behavioral health issue?
Well, we can't get nobody in to evaluate her because she won't participate.
So she's just calling 911, the emergency 911.
Right.
And for stuff like what?
To lower her, to actually lower the temperature on her thermostat.
I mean, simple
Right,
things.
but when she called, they don't say, what's your emergency?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But she
But they
they've
don't
been-
go out, they don't go out to feed the cat, though.
They
do they?
pretend, she pretends it's a cardiac issue or whatever, that's an actual emergency. When they get there, that's when they discern or detect that it's not.
Right.
Truthful in the initial call.
Not a truthful emergency.
But you won't know if she's truthful until you get there,
Until
right?
you get
Yes,
there.
sir.
Yeah.
So you have to respond.
Right.
Respond, and that's tying up resources, what Commissioner's saying.
And it's actually driving up the budget, driving up the cost
So,
on
you
the
know, every
EMS
time
and
a-
fire
a
side.
EMS vehicle responds, that's gas, that's time, and it's taken away from other people who maybe really have legitimate needs.
Real emergency.
Real emergency, yes, sir.
Wow.
But-
Sad.
Can't change your phone number, can you?
No, sir, you can't do that, sir.
And you gotta answer the call.
Yeah, must answer the call.
I mean, we don't know what to do. I mean, we really don't.
But once again, maybe we can't be the only county that's having this kind of thing. Someone else must have experienced or experienced.
Now, there is a state law against abuse of 911 services.
Yeah. Yeah. So that Kelly, okay, well, let's talk with our county attorney.
Well, we're gonna have to do something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I understand the frustration. Yeah, so it's a scam call really then when you actually arrive on scene.
Yeah, because that takes what,
fire-
EMS or the
Fire
whole.
fire
Right,
services.
right.
Fire
and-
ser-
and-
everyone
and-
going
and
out.
She has vicious dogs or dogs on
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
call 'em, and Chief has gotten bit several times, I believe, by the dog.
And the time you don't go is something serious and you get,
Then you can get sued. So anyway, I forgot about that, but,
all right.
Thank you for bringing that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Chair, entertain a motion to adjourn.
so move.
Second, all in favor, all right.